Have you ever wondered how you can truly align your energy with your business strategy? Imagine getting paid to create the offers that you're excited to create and having an endless burst of motivation to bring them to life. Well, that's exactly what using your own human design, strategy, authority, all the things does for you when you use them and apply them in your business. In this video, I am going to walk you through how you can start to leverage all of your beautiful, unique gifts, strengths, and talents so that you can simply run a business that's easy and fun for you. And hey, if we haven't met, I'm Lise. I've been in business since 2011 and I have helped over 1,000 female creative entrepreneurs create and launch businesses that they absolutely love. And I do that through pairing email marketing with human design. And if you're here for all the human design goodness. Today, though, I want to help you start to understand how your human design chart, how your unique gifts, strengths, and talents can help you in your business and specifically around your business strategy. But what is human design? Human design is something that you can use to help you make decisions, help you to decide what offers to create, what marketing channels to move into, what to say in your marketing, all of the things. Where we often struggle though is how to integrate the two, right? How to integrate your human design with your business strategy. And 9 times out of 10, we struggle because we're following somebody else's way of doing business. And that's 100% normal, right? If we haven't got any business background, we don't know what we're doing when we start our business. We just know that we want to help people. We don't want to be working for somebody else and we want to own our own time. At least that was my reason for quitting my job back in 2012. But it has taken me a while to really get to the space where I fully trust everything that I'm doing based on my human design strategy and authority. Now, using human design in your business seems relatively simple, but it isn't. And when I discovered human design in 2020, it took me a solid year to really fully trust that my gut was always my guide. And that's because as a manifesting generator with sacral authority, all I have to do is follow my gut. So your starting point in being able to use human design in business is really to understand your own strategy and authority. Now, I have an entire book series where I walk through all the components of all of this, of how to actually use human design in your business. It's called the Cultivate Your Business series. You can find it on Amazon, but I'll also drop a link below for you to go and check it out. So let's talk about the steps you can take to start integrating human design into your business. The first step, which we literally just touched on, is to really understand your own strategy and authority. Your strategy is based on your type. And the strategy that you have is going to help determine the way that you create offers and the way that you market offers. It's so important that we really truly understand what it looks like for us based on our human design type and strategy actually bring things to fruition. And the whole reason why I truly believe human design is the thing to focus on is because it allows us and gives us permission to simply be ourselves in our business. That beautiful idea that you have or that way that you want to run your business is 100% doable as long as you're following your innate gifts, strengths, and talents, right? That's really what human design helps us understand is the way that we want to actually approach things, the way that we want to do things is 100% aligned. So the more that you understand what your strategy and authority is, the easier that things become. You're going to have to battle conditioning. And what I mean by that is we are conditioned right from a very young age to do things a certain way. And that's going to be based on the family environment that you grow up in, the school environment that you were taught, and the jobs that you've held, right? All of those pieces are conditioning. And it's totally normal, right? It's not anyone's fault that we are the way that we are or that we do the things that we do until you become aware. And then you consciously get to decide on which way things go. For the most of us, if we have gone through any type of schooling system, any type of educational system that is the mainstream, typical educational system, we're taught that all decisions are made here with logic, with facts, all of those things. And so it becomes really difficult to step out of that and trust and follow our strategy and authority, which have nothing to do with our head. And so that is going to be your initial kind of roadblock, is the challenge of battling what is happening here versus what your body is literally telling you is the correct way forward. So that's why I would say you are wanting to focus on strategy and authority and nothing else for the first 12 months. Honestly, if you can master strategy and authority, it is going to be your fastest path to everything else working out. Again, there are some resources below. The Human Design for Business Quick Start Toolkit for each type actually has what I really think is super helpful, and that is a 30-day strategy journal where you're basically prompted every day to check in and go, did I follow my strategy? And what did that actually look like? Because starting to integrate human design into your business is starting to be very intentional about the way that you approach that. But you might also be wondering, Lise, there are some other components on my chart. How do they show up and how do I use them? So the other part to your chart are your centers, gates, and channels. Now, based on what you have defined, so that is whatever is colored in on your chart, except if you're a reflector, is going to be defined. Now, if you're a reflector, you won't have defined centers, but you will have defined gates. You won't have any channels. So reflectors, you're going to focus on your gates. Everybody else, you're going to pay attention to your defined centers, gates, and channels. Those are all your unique gifts, strengths, and talents. Each individual gate helps you be you, right? And when you go in and look at that information, you understand each of those individual gates and you understand each of the channels that you have, you can start to see that you already have been using them. At least that was my experience and the experience of most of my members inside the Grow Nurture Sell Collective, is that when you start to read about that information, you start to go, you know what? I do actually do that already. So whenever I'm chatting to people, they're like, how do I activate the stuff that's in my chart? Here's the thing. You don't need to activate anything. You have access to everything in your chart, regardless of whether it's defined or not. The definition just means that this is something that's inherent. You have access to it all the time. Whereas anything that is open in your chart is flexible and the energy isn't always there. In fact, where you're open in your chart is typically where you're going to receive energy from the outside world. So other people who have a defined center where you are open, if you're in their vicinity, you may find that you now have access to that energy. Bottom line, the way that you utilize all the things that you have in your chart is to simply follow strategy and authority, which is why it's so important that you understand what that looks like. Now, a couple of things that you definitely want to pay attention to. There are two pressure centers in the chart, and that is the head center and the root center. So whether you have it defined or open, there is still going to be some type of pressure, and the pressure will be slightly different depending on whether you have it defined or open. But it's important to pay attention because both of those centers are going to be where you experience the most challenges. And so by being aware of this allows you to be able to come back and ask yourself the question, am I following my strategy and authority? Or what is my best next step forward? Allowing your strategy and authority to guide you. So always paying attention to the things that you're doing and making sure that you're not letting your head in particular guide you to all the things. Because whilst we're not here to make decisions with this, our head does give us inspiration, ideas, problem solving, all of those things, but it's not where we make decisions. So really important as you're putting all of the pieces into place that you just simply pay attention to the thoughts that you're thinking and whether you're allowing them to guide you instead of going, okay, do I believe that to be true? and then stepping down into your strategy and authority based on whatever that is for you. So I always want to leave you with some practical application, some way of actually taking what I've just shared with you and actually implementing it. So the first step is to grab your chart. And if you don't have that, you can go to hustleandgroove.com/chart and pick up your free chart there. Then you want to know what your strategy and authority is, and you're going to deep dive into that. Now, there are plenty of tools online free that will dive deep, but my favorite one is humandesign.tools. And that is a free site that gives you a breakdown of your entire chart. So look at your strategy and authority. Every single day, start your day by asking, send me some signs based on whatever your strategy is. So if you're a manifester, your strategy is to inform. So you're simply just going to say to the universe, send me some signs on ways to inform my audience today. And then all you're going to do is pay attention. If you're a generator, your strategy is to respond. So you're going to just send and state the intention, hey, universe, send me some signs to respond to. Now, if you have anything specific that you're asking for information on that you're waiting to respond to, you can absolutely ask that. Otherwise, just ask the universe to send you signs to respond to, and all you have to do is pay attention. If you're a Manny GM, then you are going to, same deal, you're going to wait for signs to come through to you. Send me some signs to respond to, but then you're also going to inform if your authority is backing up whatever comes your way. If you are a projector, you're going to start your day off with, send me some invitations, send me some different ways for me to do whatever it is that you're looking to do. Now, if you're a reflector, it's a little bit different for you. You are more going to sit and pay attention to what you are noticing because you're here to reflect back. And so by setting those intentions, you are going to set yourself up for success. Now, when it comes to your offers and when it comes to your marketing, you're definitely going to always follow your strategy, and your authority is always going to be the thing that tells you whether you have the energy to bring something to fruition. And then when it comes to marketing your stuff, depending on your strategy is also going to impact what that looks like. Those are some practical ways that you can start integrating human design into your business right now. And the video that is coming up on your screen right now is going to give you some more insights into how you can use content in your business and how human design impacts that. So I'll see you in that video.